Netavision Networks, the motherboard of visual processing, your green network. Neta Movies, Neta Series, Neta Sports, Neta Comedy, Neta Romance, Neta Action, Neta Sci-Fi, Neta Kid Shows, Neta News, and at last, your sustainable Neta Talk Show, RLN Realistic Linx Networking Talk Show, with your celebrity host, Ms.VannaKay and Russell Gustave, featuring guest stars, celebrity director and major movie producer J.Jesses Smith, up-and-coming actress Ferrari, a fashion industry tycoon Christian Ruart, the world's first female celebrity DJ, the legendary and original Spinderella, Grammy-nominated, award-winning music producer and lyricist Mikey Jay, celebrity artist manager Looch, and Connecticut's industry and entertainment pioneer Ciroc Boy MitchBeatz. And now welcome to RLN Realistic Linx Networking Talk Show. Your host,
Ms.VannaKay, thanks for coming out, guys. Realistic Linx, the networking talk show. It's about the show which is connected with the common day, everyday life. Speaking on behind the scenes, different aspects that you don't know what goes on into the industry, as well as what people do to get to where they are and the journey that they happen to go through to make it to where they are today. So we covering celebrity guests, we have some performances, we're gonna have a fashion aspect of the show as well, and tune in. So definitely welcome everybody. Thanks for coming out, and we're about to get the show started. And the first guest is J.Jesses Smith.
That's me, yeah. They was back there.
How you doing, bro?
Take my coat. What's up, bro? How you feeling?
What's going on? Thanks for
I'm
coming
good.
out.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, no problem, definitely. So this is the infamous J.Jesses Smith is in the building. Director, producer. Welcome.
Thank you.
How you feel?
I feel good. You know, been working out.
Always.
I get my sexy on for Hollywood.
I feel you.
So definitely, for who's not familiar with you, let's let the people know what you have going on. What is exactly do you do? And you know, definitely let them familiarize with that, and we can go into more. We know you do a whole lot. We're gonna take it a step at a time.
Yeah. Well, outside of being a dad, I'm a writer. You know, director, producer, writer. You know, I don't like to write, but I can write. Won an award for it. A script that I did called it was a children's movie.
Okay.
Actually called Not So Little League. But I've done over 150 music, somewhere about 200 music videos, a couple of independent movies, 6 independent movies where I've directed and produced, a couple of TV shows for BET.
You've done it all.
Yeah, I kind of lose track of some stuff because you know you just kind of moving, especially when it's creative. You know, some things you remember, some things you don't. Right now, I'm actually in post for a movie called One Blood that I shot, and unfortunately, my partner that produced it when he passed away not too long ago. So, kind of, you know, shout out to Steve and his family, but it, you know, we kind of got slowed down. So we just picked it back up. We'll be done with the posting in about 2 weeks.
Definitely, best of luck with that. Definitely.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to be a film director?
My stepmom.
Your stepmom?
Yeah, my stepmom. When I was a kid, she wrote 2 books. And I grew up in a part of Queens that was rough.
What part of Queens is that?
In South Jamaica, Queens, St. Albans. So it was rough in my house and rough outside the house, you know. So I played sports, but my stepmom was a writer. She could write. She never got published, unfortunately. But I remember that time with her, you know, like sitting there and watching her trying to get her book published. And I mean, I didn't know then. It didn't inspire me to be a writer, but it sparked something creative in me. So in high school, my senior year, I went to Andrew Jackson High School. You know, like a lot of people went there. We talking Russell Simmons, this list goes on, 50. So, you want to just get out of there to get out of the neighborhood, basically. So it's like, I'm going to play football, I'm going to go to school, I ain't going to talk to nobody, and I'm going to get out.
So you're a football player too?
Yeah, so I played football. I was actually an All-American linebacker out of high school. And, you know, I got a couple scholarships, and I took one, and I still have South Jamaica in me. So didn't turn out too good at one school, so I wound up going to another school. But lo and behold, after, you know, my life journeys, I ran into a childhood friend of mine that needed a music video done.
Okay.
What was that friend's name?
His name was Mark Skeet. In the industry, they called him Mark Sex. He actually had a group years ago. You probably was like, yeah. It was called BWP. It was Bitches with Problems. They were signed to Def Jam. They had a single called 2 Minute Brother, and he actually had a group before that with Ed Lover called No Face. And he and I were really good friends, like from elementary, but we ran into each other. They needed a video, and to be honest with you, I took communications, but you know, I went to film school, and he said, I need a video done. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, all right, I'm gonna do it. You do that? I said, yeah, man, I took that at school, man. But we were friends. So he, you know, long story short, he gave me my first shot, and he gave me, and after my first video, the next video I did was Mary Wilson, the legendary Mary Wilson from the Supremes. And because of the family background I come from, I've always had like a high EQ. I've always had a high intelligent, you know, creative intelligent level. So I was able to pick up on things I didn't know real quick. So when I got to Mary Wilson, which was my second video, I looked like I was a seasoned veteran, because I just took from everybody else and just was like, yeah, so do this and do that. And my common sense that my grandmother used to always instill in me, because that's who raised me, we needed a fan. And I looked around, we didn't have no fan, so I said, put that thing over there and wave it. So that made a fan. And, you know, lo and behold, the video came out really good. I got a chance to meet a legend, you know, Mary Wilson. She was beautiful. She was like 53 at the time, you know. She didn't look a day over like 25 or 30, you know. And we had a lot of fun, and she worked, and I learned something from her. Being in who she was, and the icon, and, you know, the Supremes. I never forget, we were running behind, and she was like, just give me my clothes. And she changed on the street. You know, not what you would expect from especially a female, you know, because you don't expect female, but you seen what made her successful, because it wasn't like I'm better than you and I'm too good to do this. Let's make it happen. So give me my clothes. Okay, let's go shoot. Right. So that was the beginning of my career, and then LA embraced me. You know, sometimes they say, yeah. And once LA embraced me and started giving me the bigger budgets, that's when budgets did.
Things change.
No, you gotta love that.
then things changed, and when I got back here, you know, to where I grew up at, it just kind of took off.
Well, definitely. I mean, speaking as far as journeys is concerned, a lot of people is always concerned with, or actually see the glitz and the glamour of what goes on, and basically when you make it to the end of that point. But nobody really actually gets in touch with, as far as you as a person or us individuals, as far as what it takes to get to where we need to be or where we at that point in time. So I definitely want to cover that, as far as, you know, what aspects of the film industry, you know, and that's definitely different from being an artist or being a model. But on what aspect of what did you go through to actually, you know, on a, you know, hardcore level to make it to where you was, as far as any hard times, as far as what it is to become a film director?
Well, when I made the decision that this is what I loved, and this is what my job was going to be, because my grandma always told me, in order to be successful in life, you got to do what you love. Absolutely. And if you get up and you don't want to go to work, then it's time to quit.
Exactly.
So find the thing that you love the most and then do it. So I remember doing a Mary Wilson video, and the guy who was editing at the time, and I won't mention his name, he's not a bad person, but I don't have anything good to say at this point, so I won't say his name. He got off, he went to Europe in the middle of the editing of the video. So me being new to the game, I ain't know what was going on. I'm at the office knocking on the door, he's gone. My boy Mark is calling me, because Mark, it was his label that he started that I did the video for. And he's like, where's, you know, we're going to call him L. Where's L? You know, where's, and I'm like, I'm calling his phone, he's not picking up. I don't know. How don't you know where he's at? And I'm like, he's a grown man. He's supposed to be here. Back and forth. Mary Wilson shows up, he still ain't there. So I'm like looking at her, looking at that. She was like, all right, I'm going home. She left. So now I'm like, oh, now I'm calling his phone. Where are you? Choice words. So finally, 3 days passed. He calls me. Yo, where you been? Man, I'm in London. I said, huh? So I called Mark. I said, dude, he's in London. What? Why did he get to London? I don't know how he got to London. So I'm sitting there, and I was doing personal training at the time, because you know when you first start, you're not making no money.
Exactly.
Supplement my income. And I'm in the gym, and I remember he called me. He said to me, he said, listen, I'm your friend. I've been your friend since elementary school. So I'm going to tell you this. He said, because somebody else in the industry wouldn't tell you this. They just would never call you again. And I was like, what did I do wrong? You know? He said, you got to make a choice. You either want to direct videos or you want to work. Meaning, which one? You got to make a decision which one you want to do.
Exactly.
So, you know, because my grandmother raised me to believe in God, I just, you know, with the grace of God, I hung up the phone and packed my locker. And I walked out the gym, and I never looked back. It was a struggle because, you know, personal training, you're getting $1,000 a week, so you surviving. Becoming a music video director, you ain't surviving, because there's people out there that are not going to let you in the door. Not unless you in a certain kind of clique, or you cool with somebody else, or you right. You don't know, and it has nothing to do with talent. You know, a good friend of mine, Hype Williams, has all the talent, had all the talent in the world, and they would not let him in the door. The same guy one time you put me on gave him his first video as well, and he still had to grind and grind and grind. And it's a shame because a lot of the people that hold you down in the industry that make you work extra hard are your own people. There's not even somebody from a different race or a different color, because a different race and a different color is more in awe with your ability to be creative. They're like, wow, that's incredible, you know. But your own race is like, who do you think he is, you know?
It's more the factor of they have made it already. So
right.
It comes down to hating, or it also comes down where versus you have people that are stronger, you implementing the same things and trying to get to the same place to come together, and it doesn't happen.
Exactly. And you know what the bad thing about it is? Some of them work in the positions they work in because they didn't have the ability or the talent to direct or to produce. So they work at the label, because that's the next best thing to being around what you want to do, but you just couldn't cut it.
Exactly.
So now it's almost like a brother that was in a bad relationship that hate women, or women that was in a bad relationship and they hate brothers. They hate you because you are who they want to be, but they can't be that, so they make it difficult for you. You know, so a lot of times they might even hire somebody that don't have the talent you had just so they can be in control of the situation, because they know when they deal with somebody that is talented, that it's a different ballgame, you know. So the struggles of that, and then the struggles are when you do music videos, you can't copyright a treatment. Legally, you can't. So a lot of times when you coming in the game, you will write a treatment, and if it's hot, they'll steal it. And me coming from where I come from, South Jamaica, Queens, and not taking no from nobody, Hype Williams gave me the best lesson he could ever give me. He said, if they stole your treatment, that means you're a little bit closer.
You got something that they want, basically. Right. Yeah, well, besides the hard struggles, and we know everybody in different aspects go through different things behind the scene, we want to cover some of the success as well. We definitely want to cover one of the biggest artists. I don't want to say only the biggest artist, but he has accomplished a lot.
Well, then again, there's two.
Yeah. Well, definitely. He's a lot. He got a lineup. He definitely got a big resume. But this is a man that basically has worked on a Big 10 project for 50 Cent, which was the recent project that came out, as well as All Things Fall Apart. And with Big 10, that was actually 10 videos. Yeah, Big 10
is 10 videos. We put out 6 already. We just shot 7 this Saturday that passed.
I know that had to be crazy. Yeah, I mean, within an amount of time, I mean, 1 week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, what we did this Saturday is really another level of what they're doing. What they're doing now is what we did. You know, I can't really speak about it, but you're gonna love it. He's really giving him some stuff, and we got another 3 more to do because we're doing them more in that movie type feel to it. You know, so
He's definitely getting into a lot of acting. So.
yeah, and he's an actor. We did it wasn't Things Fall Apart. It was Before I Self-Destruct. I did with him.
Absolutely, you're right. And you know that was shot in Patterson, correct? Patterson.
Yeah, we shot that in Patterson in 17 days. A lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with him. He's, out of all the artists I've worked with some good artists. You know, really nice people. Snoop Dogg, Redman, beautiful people to work with. But out of all the artists that I work with, he and I just have like a chemistry. You know, I'm not gonna say it's because we both from Queens or we both went to Jackson. It might be because we both raised by our grandmothers. So we have something in common on that respect, and it's really good to sit with an artist that knows what he wants, how he wants it done, and he'll figure out how to get it done. You know, so it's a lot of fun working with him.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's like working with your brother. It's like he and I will sit and laugh and joke. Sometimes he'll snap jokes and I can't work because I'm laughing. So, you know, it's a blessing.
So we noticed you've done a lot of work in the industry. One person in particular, we noticed that you did work with Tupac Shakur. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I'll be honest with you. I met Tupac, but when I did his videos, he was already gone.
Oh.
I met him in Philadelphia before he even had his deal. He was in Philly, and I was hanging out with some friends of mine from the neighborhood that grew up because they would hang out with Shock G in it. And a guy by the name of Shot that was friends with us actually told, you know, them about Tupac. He went and dude was playing the piano. Shock G was playing the piano, and he said, "Yo, this dude is hot. You need to listen to him." And Shock G was like, "Yeah, okay."
I wasn't trying to hear that.
Well, he just kept playing. Like, he heard, but he didn't respond to it. And then I wasn't there, but then as the story go on, because other friends of mine knew them, Shock G came to the studio one day and handed him a track. Was like, "Go right to that." And the track was all around the world. And Tupac was born at that point. You know, I was a huge Tupac fan when he died. I felt the loss like everybody else, because sometimes as an artist, from my perspective of being creative, and I never claimed to be a rapper or anything, but just on a creative end, you can admire other people's creativity. So how I wind up doing some videos for him after he passed away is I did a Most Def video, Miss Fatboy, and the label seen it and they loved the creativity of it. So normally when you would bid on a video, they just call me in because they wasn't releasing any of his music, and I sat in Interscope and wrote the treatment in Interscope at the conference table, and they read it and they said we love it, and that was Baby Don't Cry, the remix with the Outlaws, and that became nominated for a couple of awards and stuff like that. So yeah, I've done some Tupac videos, but it was unfortunately after he passed.
I mean, it definitely was a great opportunity to still work on with a legend project like that.
Yeah, it still was a monumental piece.
Exactly.
You know. Definitely.
Oh my God! Well, that definitely wraps up the great interview with J.Jesses Smith. And you know, we dealing in the world of 2012 and social sites, so definitely let them know if you have a website or they want to follow you on Twitter. Stay updated on what you have.
My website's not up right now because I'm having some problems with it. But you can follow me at DIR, that's Director J.Jesses Smith at Twitter, or you can find me on Facebook, J.Jesses Smith. Anything that says Jackson Smith is me as well. But I'm around. I'm a simple guy. I might live next door to you. You know?
I think somebody might want to know how to book you as well.
Well, I mean, they could, you know, they can hit me either on, like I said, on Twitter, Director J.Jesses Smith, or just hit me on Facebook, and send me a message or something like that. You know, don't ask me the famous question: how much you charge for a video? I charge a lot. No, I'm just joking. but you know what? I work with people because nowadays with the music business not being with it, but I don't work with everybody. You have to be something special because my life has gone more towards directing films and movies, and I love that world because it's just a different world, and you don't have to deal with a lot of the immaturity and a lot of the other things that I've dealt with in the music industry. So I love it. My kids love it.
Well, thank you for definitely coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that wraps that up with that interview. And next we're gonna bring out Ferrari. She's an industry model who was actually in a 50 Cent movie. Ferrari, is she in the building? Come on out. Hello. So beautiful.
Thanks for having me.
Hello. So what's up, Ferrari? How you feel to be here?
Great, great. I'm glad that you guys actually invited me, actually in your first show, so I'm very blessed. Thank you.
Well done. Yes. Tell us a little about your work that you got going on right now. I understand you've been in Feds Magazine, Smooth. You're about to be in Blacksman Magazine, I believe?
Yes, I just shot with Facet Studios for Black Men. I don't know when that issue is coming out, and I'm about to do Show Magazine in LA. I just gotta finalize the information, then I'm gonna be out there.
The movie exactly, that was Fall Apart, was it?
It was, yes, it was All Things Fall Apart. Actually, it was the movie that he lost weight for. And basically, he was a college football player who actually got cancer, and he just basically had to go through the trials and tribulations of having cancer, family turning against him. So I'm in the beginning of the movie, actually, I play his love interest in college. Yeah, that was cool.
So how do you feel about being in the movie?
I mean, actually, it was a great experience. It was my first acting gig, and that's why I'm trying to like transform from being a model into like acting, because I think at the end of the day, it's longevity in the acting versus the modeling. So yeah, so that's my next step that I'm really concentrating on. And actually, J.Jesses Smith, who you guys just interviewed, he's going to be my acting coach. I mean, we spoke about it many of times, but now we're just going to definitely finalize it.
Yeah, definitely.
So could you tell everybody what inspired you to be a model before you actually leave that field?
Okay, well, actually, I've just been a tomboy all my life. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I just went from basically a tomboy to just turning heads. And I was in Cancun, and I met my friend Kat Washington. She's also a model, and she introduced me to my agent, Mike Styles from Style Elite in Washington. She's like, I really think you should do it. You know, you have the attitude, the personality. So I finally, you know, built up my self-esteem. I went out there, I took pictures, and that's when I got into Smooth Magazine, Live from Jamaica issue. They actually flew me out there. Then I did Feds, and then I got a call from him saying that 50 Cent wants you to do the movie. So, I mean, with me just starting, it was like kind of a shock, you know, shock to me, but it was you know, it was just a humbling experience. I mean, I went, I did the shoot, and it was like actually 2 years ago, and then it finally came out, so that was good.
Well, y'all know me. If y'all gonna get to know me, definitely along with the show. But this is Realistic Linx, the networking talk show, and I like to touch a lot of real topics and real situations, besides the fake, the phony, and the glitz and the glam, which is all things that we want to recognize as well. Now, as far as the modeling aspect is concerned, you know, it's a lot of different things that goes on, as far as things that girls have to do, or things that they're, you know, actually trying to make their way into getting in the industry. Now, being a model and being behind the scenes, as far as casting calls and dealing with other females in the modeling industry, what is that like exactly?
Wow. It's a lot to deal with. However, as far as when it comes to me, I just remain true to myself. I mean, I try not to go outside of my scope to do any and everything to get in a video, because at the end it's just not worth it. I mean, a lot of times you're behind the scenes and girls would want to do, you know, extra stuff, or either date an artist, or, you know, I mean, what's good for them is good for them. But as far as me, I just remain true to myself. And, you know, if it's meant for me to get a casting gig, it's meant for me to get it. If not, then there's something else that's better out there for me. I mean, there are disappointments a lot of times, and it does become discouraging. However, you just gotta just continue just to have the faith and just believe in yourself.
Absolutely, definitely. And that also with that, you know, a lot of people do stereotypes as far as models or as far as artists with different aspects, but you also have, you know, models who are actually getting into it as far as a hobby, or to, like you said, build yourself to get involved with other things as far as acting and different things of that nature that you want to get involved in. And with that being said, how long do you feel like that you will actually dedicate yourself, you know, to doing the modeling thing to actually get towards the acting? Or you feel like you will multitask?
Me, at the end of the day, I will multitask, because I do work, and I do have my bachelor's degree, Bachelor's of Science in Law and Paralegal Studies. So it's like, so it's like my ultimate goal at first was to go into law school because I was actually studying for the LSAT. However, life took a different turn and I ended up doing this. In the meantime, I do work, but I gave myself 5 years. 5 years is when I think I'll have gained enough knowledge and experience to decide whether I should go forward with it or just pause and then just go back into studying for the LSAT to go to law school. So I gave myself enough time to gain enough experience and knowledge and see where that takes me.
So besides modeling, what is your hobbies? What do you like to do for fun? I think everybody wants to know that.
For me, I don't know, at the end of the day, I'm just simple. I just love, I don't really like the clubs that much because it's the same thing, but I'm just simple. I love to work out. That's first and foremost. I love to work out. Just hanging out with friends and family and just doing just the littlest things is just what makes me happy. I love to travel, spend time with my niece, my mom, and that's it. Simple.
Well, far as do you have any other type of goals or passions that you're really interested in doing besides the acting as far as going to school?
Actually, no. My ultimate goal is to just step it up in the acting game. However, I do have my plan B, which is to back study with my LSATs and to get into law school, preferably the Brooklyn Law School, because I actually graduated from City Tech, so we used to use their libraries a lot to do, study cases and things like that, so I'm more familiar with the school over there.
Okay, definitely. So how is it with dealing with all the guys?
Like I said, I'm a tomboy, so I know everyone. So, I really don't let it get to me because at the end of the day, I'm single. 1, 2, am I really looking for a relationship? No, but if it happens, it happens. And I can honestly say I haven't dated in the industry. However, I don't put anything against it. If it happens, it happens. But at the end of the day, I'm a tomboy. I'm used to hanging with all the guys. I'm always the only girl with about 20 guys. So, it's once you remain true to yourself and you're there to just do a job and get it done, then
and that's what the main focus is.
That's what the main, exactly. And I've worked with you and we've had fun and that's it. You went your way out and it's just all been fun and love. So, it's actually fun though. I love what I do.
No, it definitely is fun. I definitely just wanted to, touch certain things so people can understand as far as behind the scenes of what we go through. And some of you guys are not almost familiar with me as well as being a host. I also do behind the scenes as far as hairstyling, PR work, booking events and gigs, video shoots, etc. So definitely wanted to touch light on that. But we thank you definitely for coming out and love for having you on the show. And definitely going to look forward to all your new projects and check out Black Men Magazine. She'll be in that. That's coming up next in stores.
Thank you. See you later.
We're going to a commercial, guys, so we'll be back. And definitely joining us next is Christian. And you will definitely find out what's in tune for you with him.
Welcome back, everybody, to Realistic Linx, the network and talk show. Y'all want to know what we got next.
We got Christian Ruart. He's definitely a well-known, phenomenal fashion aspect of designing. He does fashion styling. He does big shows. We're going to get into what he does. He does a little bit of everything. But we're about to mix it up and give y'all a little swag on some fashion.
Yeah, y'all going to get a little taste of his work, alright?
I'm not coming out. They're not making no noise.
Make some noise for Christian, baby.
I was saying this when you guys are here, but he definitely deserves a clap. Pictures. No, but Christian is a good man. He's very, very well known. Definitely great at what he does. I met him at a fashion show years ago. But he does a little bit of everything. Like I said, also does here. He's behind the scene, and he does Sheree from Atlanta Housewives. He also controls the BET Rip the Runway. What else?
More and more.
I mean, he does fashion, he does a little bit of everything, but he's definitely the man when it comes down to fashion. A little bit of everything.
That's a good thing.
So what do you have? What do you have for us today, or what are we gonna
what
speak
do
on?
you
What
got? What you got lined up for us?
Because he's definitely the jack of all trades.
Okay, first we're gonna say what you guys think.
Oh, he's sad.
You gotta go to a
this is, like, now, got to be equal. Come on, you gotta give the brother.
Yeah, I just some love too, man.
So, what we do have today, actually, for you is what we call style. What we call a little bit of our own style, a little bit of our own homemade designers. And it's good to support known designers, but it's also good to support your home designers. So we have home designers that do a lot of great work. I'm sure we do have. Do we have young designers in this audience? Graphic, painters, what do we have?
I seen somebody raising their hands. Don't be scared now.
Alright. So we do, again, so my job is to make sure that the designers, from their vision to be, I could say go up. Like, give me one designers that you know and that you want you guys to know. Everybody have a fashion?
Who?
Yves Saint Laurent. Right. Well, I did work with Yves Saint Laurent. Right. So my job was to style when Yves Saint Laurent would take the fabric and send it on the model and cut and make the dress. I will have to find the models and put the show together. So you said Yves Saint Laurent. Give me another designer that you too. Alexander McQueen and Alexander McQueen for Givenchy. I did it as well.
Oh yeah, he did.
Didn't do Ferrari, but Christian Dior. All right, did it. But now, give me an urban designer that I'm sure that you guys.
My Society.
Okay. Who else? Walkerwear. Okay. Who else? Aniche. Okay. Who else? Oh, you know your style. So you got to give yourself a round of applause because I really like that. You guys have some good audience over there. So you guys ready for the show?
Yes.
Oh, so all right. So if you're ready for the show, we're gonna be talking about colors. We're gonna be talking about tie-dye. We're gonna talk about some pieces, accessories. We have some good accessories designers from Japan. We have just a little bit of everything. Right? I'm a barber, so I want to hear a little hand for the backstage because they give me a nice big
Before we go into the show, I definitely want to cover, because today is the first soft launch of the live television show, and we definitely have a whole lot more to come, and we're covering all different type of aspects. But what is it like working on set? I mean, because I know you work on a set of Atlanta Housewives, Rip the Runway. What is it really being behind stage, coming out, going into the next
This
segments?
is it, like that. You hear and what you see is what you get.
How are you with that?
Well, they give you everything and they just put it in your hand and you have to create magic.
That's what
I was there that day and Sheree called me to be putting her show, the She by Sheree. I'm sure everybody watch it here. And she told me, well, I tried to do a show before and it didn't work out and I heard you the best and so you got to put a show for me, and we did. When we put the show, I had to find the hairstylist, the makeup artist, and find all these people and the whole Glams backstage. So we got there, and then when I saw the model, I was like, oh no, it's not working.
So what would you say was your most inspirational moment as a fashion stylist?
If I could stay home and sleep and make money, I think that would be good. No, it was, so we will be talking in a little bit, but I'm sure that they're ready to see the show. So
I think they definitely are.
What you guys think?
Whenever, you ready? You ready to see a show? He knows what I mean. He just wants to show the work.
Yeah, he want to show his pieces off.
Not long enough, because now I want to make sure that I will see a hands of applause every time that the models come in. Okay,
ready for the show?
But you guys ready for the show? But before the show,
yes, definitely.
Before the show,
give some spice to the music.
Just like Rip the Runway, we have fashion meet music, fashion meet art, fashion meet photography. So today we giving our own version of fashion. Okay, so now we have upcoming artists. So we're gonna have actually an artist perform while the show is going on. Yeah.
think everybody would like to see that.
So this performing artist, actually, I'm doing the host.
I hear you. You're so used to doing everything. I'm letting you take it away.
Okay, no,
definitely.
can we make
We don't want to steal your shine now. We don't want to steal your shine now.
Can we make them work a little bit? Come on, let me see. Let me get a round of applause. All right, so now you work. Mikey Jay.
It's my turn now. Can I do this? Mikey Jay, he's a phenomenal artist as well as a producer. We're going to get into that later, but he's definitely performing for us today for the fashion show. Mikey Jay, ladies and gentlemen.
I spit it, I talk it, I feel girl, New York it, I kick it, I walk it. It's the swag, don't fault it. I got a game that's no go crazy. Pop with the whip, don't diamonds, Daisy. It's Mikey Jay, baby. I'm off the book, call me Mikey Jay. Oh boy, respect that, they later to the ball with a little thing. I'm stand for the big little automatic. I got for years and steps. Slim on all time, all kind of really nuts. Drops outside with the suicide door. Smooth to the club, make my way through the door. Commercial, got commercial money, no hardcore. Yeah. Put your hands together. Dedicate, true real vision. Full of good, don't like vision. Super fresh stories, beats up decision. Brand new track, y'all need spot business. Yeah, and it's just for you. Can I get a mic check, more shoes? And a strap for my DJ on the mix. Party people in the house, that's that ish. Shrimp pasta is my favorite dish. You know, she's still getting on this. I get down, so socialized. Clean out your ears and you open your eyes. Shorty is a big house, thick old thighs. I might turn moving for a few more while. My style, my flag, so greedy. Dollar girls love me, this hair so greedy. Put your hands up, yeah. Come on.
Put your hands up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Rappers come, rappers go, and all rappers gon' match my flow. Get high, baby, get low, baby, and all rappers gon' match my dough, baby. Swing with the birds, down the birds, I put it in for real, girl. What you heard? I rip the north, not the south, and the top girl, now turn this mother out. Now lock, oh, break, now pop, now lock, oh, break, now pop, now lock, oh, break, now pop, now lock, J.Jesses.
Thank you for that performance. Did y'all like that performance?
So,
Grammy, baby.
So I think you guys saw fashion, you saw music, and this is what it is. Real. This is reality. You know, and the beat, they walk on the beat, so you the judge. So I want to hear some noise, because if you do like it, then I could hear it. We have the check.
Definitely. And I definitely want to thank you for coming out today to take from your long, busy schedule, because I know you have tons of work and tons of gigs and jobs going on, and definitely appreciate you coming out today to join the show. Shout out to Chris and everybody.
Also, I do a lot of shows with Mikey Jay. We're about to go on tour, so just, you know, just throwing it out there. Anyone out there that upcoming artists that would love to open for Mikey Jay on tour, feel free to leave your contact to the show. Also, if you want to attend to Wendy Williams' shoe line show, Wendy Williams has a shoe line. You're definitely gonna hear about that. You know, she has to support the 10s and over. So if you're 10 or 10, 11 or 12 or 13, Wendy's having definitely a shoe line for you all. So between Mikey's store, Wendy, Rip 106 and Park, and a lot of the shows and these live shows right now that we have. So that means that we have some new friends. So I want to thank you for Definitely they will be there.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. So. All right. Well, thanks again. Mikey Jay will be back out to interview. Thank you for that performance again.
Thank you. I want to say thank you for coming on the show.
You're not making enough noise.
I don't think I'm making enough noise.
Well, Mikey, thank you for this performance. So I hope we will be having you on Fashion Week and all the shows because that. Oh, how do you go? How does it go?
Mikey Jay.
Mikey Jay.
You gotta turn it up.
So let me hear that little Mikey Jay real one more time, and I really want to hear everybody singing. You know, can you sing a little bit? Mikey Jay, maybe no.
Mikey Jay.
Come on, baby, show a little love. Show them love.
Mikey Jay, Mikey Jay, Mikey Jay, Mikey Jay, Mikey Jay, Mikey Jay, Mikey Jay.
Yes, thank you.
No doubt.
Can I? Oh, okay.
All right, I would like to introduce y'all to the very original Spinderella. Clap it up for her, baby.
How you doing? Spinderella is here, and she's gonna give you guys a great performance, and then we're gonna take it into her interview.
Clap it up, baby. Show some love.
This is my new single. It's the remake of Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle. Old school. Here we go.
Monday, I got the Monday blues. Don't wanna do hair, don't wanna do shoes, don't wanna do makeup, don't even wanna wake up. Missing so much, it really feels like a breakup. Flipping from the iPhone, switching up the ringtone. Voicemail, email, BBM, full blown. Baby got my fist, I left them alone. Sitting in the acid, blowing up tenfold. The feeling that he's giving me, damn, it's got me twisted. That good way wet, that taboo forbidden. And I be feeling for his kiss like a caffeine crush. How we do it Saturday, gotta keep it on the hush. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, everything blurred, back on the line, I'm stacking up. Call a shot, call a money maker, so in the good when I hook up. Wednesday, Tuesday, thinking about my baby, when you put it on, got me kinda crazy. And you're the favorite girl, and he don't want no other, just me, him, and her. The feeling that he's giving me, damn, it's got me twisted. That good way wet, that taboo forbidden. And I be waiting for his kiss like a caffeine crush. How we do it Saturday, gotta keep it on the hush. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, clap it up. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
got some heat. I see you, girl. Clap it up. I'm not feeling the love right here, man. I love that.
Have a seat, beautiful. Yeah, I didn't know, huh? She was in the building. That was definitely one of the surprise guests for today, and that was a great performance. You did wonderful.
Super great performance.
Thank you for having me. Yes. So I definitely, like, right away must touch. Let me tell you a little secret. But I didn't know, as far as my age bracket, we're not gonna give that out. But I didn't know that there were more than one Spinderella at all. So she's the original Spinderella that started out with Salt and Pepper before they actually replaced, or she gonna touch bases on that subject on what happened exactly. But definitely enlighten us on as far as just the whole experience, how that started, and then we're definitely going into more. So
okay,
yeah,
well,
me,
well, it's a lot to it, but just to sum it up, make it really quick. I'm from the first album, the Hot Cool Vicious album. I'm one of the first. Well, I am the first female to DJ to make it mainstream, to go mainstream. So I kind of like paved the way. Yes, for your Angies and all those other DJs and everything out there. Yeah.
Legend, original.
Right. So there's another one. She came on like around 88. I left the group late 87, early 88. I don't know, just differences and personalities, you know, clash, you know, the female thing. Yeah, but I learned early in life to be a team player, and I was always a team player, you know. But sometimes you can, like, you know, you put your best foot forward and you try to get along with people, and you just, you know, try to be the, you know, you be the yes girl, you know, whatever it is you want to do. Come on, let's just make it happen, make it pop. But other people, you know, they don't rub the same way. Exactly. You know, they always want to make waves and cause problems for whatever personal reasons, jealousy, whatever. And you know, so I just had to go on and do my own thing, and a lot has happened from there to now.
Yes.
So
let's
we can tell.
Yeah,
you're still here.
So
right, so that's the blessing is that I am still here, right?
So besides all the problems, what can you say was your most inspirational moment with Salt and Pepper before the breakup?
The shows that we did, it was very inspirational to me because being a female in a male-dominated business, okay, it's mostly males, so to be so widely accepted, you know, we go do shows, and the guys are like, ooh, you know, she's really a DJ. She really can DJ, and she's pretty, and this and that. Oh my God, you know, I never seen her play before. You know, wow, this has got to be a gimmick. We got to see it. Come on, we don't believe it. So, so that was inspirational to me. It kept me going. Like, you know, like, wow, you know, I really, this is what I was cut out to do. This is my. Yeah, this is for me. That was definitely my calling, because, but I knew like way before then, but I always got the solidification from people's reaction, you know, and girls as well, because girls would be like, wow, you know, like a female DJ, girl, you know, who's, you know, really out there in the front, right? Because I mean, it was myself, and you had Jazzy Joyce. She was Sweet Tea's DJ, but you know, Joyce was always like really in the cut. But we were the group that was more out in the front, you know. I guess because it was 3 of us, like it was Run DMC, so it was like me and Jam Master Jay. So it's like we was like, what, a female Jam Master Jay, you know. So you know, that was very, very inspirational to me, knowing that I was gonna be the first, and a lot of females were gonna follow me, and you had the young girls that were gonna come after me. And everything to pave the way felt really, really good.
So you definitely paved the way. Now, in between, as far as, you know, once the breakup where you decided to leave, what were you actually doing? Because I know now you're getting back into the music. As far as what were you actually, you know, did you go back to the regular? Did you actually pick up some other projects?
Well, I work with people like Jazz, who was. Jay-Z was his DJ. So we go back like that. Yeah, yeah, he had a song I called Hawaiian Sophie at the time. And I worked with Jazz. We did a lot of projects for like groups that were really weren't, hip hop and R&B hadn't really married each other yet. And so we were trying to work with a lot of R&B groups. You know, I did a project with, oh my God, with what's his name? Thomas Dolby. I don't know, maybe you go back then, but it was a song called She Blinded Me with Science. So we did, Jazz and myself, who was on EMI Records, so we did that project. Then we signed with MCA. A lot has happened since then. A lot. I'm
sure. Well, we got right your brain too much, but we
yeah, no, it's just a lot. I just want to tell you the things that were important. I did a project called Sisters of the Name of Rap, where it was all female pay-per-view special with all of the females that were out at the time. Okay, so you had Sweet Tea, you had Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, MC Light. It was a real big show. It was all the females, you know, that were out at the time. And that was in like 92, 91, yeah, like 91, 92. And that was really big for the females. And it would be great if we could do another one like that again, because there's a lot of females who really didn't get a chance to let people know that there were other females. You know, you had Sparky D, and you know, you have Ciroc from, you know, 44+1. You got a lot of people. A lot of people don't know that Angie Stone was a part of Sequence, which was one of the other female groups. They weren't really a rap group, but they had their little rap in their stuff. They were an R&B group. And Shirley Pro went on to do whatever she was going to do, and the other one. But Angie stayed out, and Angie became Angie Stone. And she did her thing. And I worked with people like George Benson. I work with a lot of people in the industry. Yes, I work with a lot of people because my mother and father are bona fide musicians. So my dad, he played sax and all the other instruments. He was with an old school group called Dooley and the Fabulous Tears. And he played with James Brown, 64, and Apollo. My mom is a singer. She plays all the instruments. So
he was around music.
Yeah, I was around so much music. So I was going to do it anyway. I was going to do it anyway. I've been like DJing, I think, oh my God, from like I was like 6 years old, 5, 6 years old really, because you know, I was always the one at the, whenever our family would have like get-togethers or whatever, basement parties, I was the one putting the 45s on and having them in order. So I basically already knew what it was to format. I already knew what format was.
You started with the cookout.
Yeah, I was already doing it already, so you know.
So it came easy.
So okay, yeah, it was like second nature to me. Like okay, it was nothing. So yeah, so I worked. So it was nothing for me to work with R&B groups, you know, pop groups or whatever. You know, I could just like be all over the board. You know, so it was okay. And
if you had to pick one person, who would you say motivated you and pushed you the most to become the person you are today?
My grandmother.
I think you need to tell us a little about her.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I mean, that was just like the home wearing part of it. She was really motivational. She always pushed me like, oh yeah, you know, you're so talented. You need to do something with that. You need to, you know. She was always there like that. But as far as like in the streets, like listening, getting my hip hop influence, it came from listening to Herc at the Jams. Africa Bambaataa, and like we lived in the South Bronx, so we would always take these hikes across from the South Bronx to the West Bronx, and in between there you have all these parks, and we would always stop in the parks wherever you hear the music at. So I always knew the music, so whenever I hear the jam, I could hear it from like 3-4 blocks. I hear it and I'm running to it.
You was in there.
Yeah, and I'm like a little shorty and I'm running to the music because music was in me already, you know. So, so they were my influences. So when I heard tracks like, when I hear James Brown, when I hear Sex Machine, or I hear Just Begun, or any of the tracks like that, I'm like, it does something to me because I grew up listening to that music like it was in my soul already. You know?
Well, you definitely have been around for definitely quite a while. You're still here, and I know you definitely got some good music that's coming from. Far as what's going on, let the people know. Far as what's new, what new projects you have. You got Twitter, social sites, you get your tweet on. You know, definitely. What new projects do you have actually coming out?
Well, I have my project that's coming out. I'm working on that. I'm getting it done. I have a song that I'm doing with J.Jesses and Fabulous and a lot of other artists and everything. I felt like the industry is kind of like starving. There's not any really females out there. You have Nikki, and everything is Nikki. That's I love you, Nikki. But you know, there needs to be a little bit more. The industry needs to be more diverse. We have to bring all the music back, so that way. So right. So you know, like, and then you have the kids. The kids don't need to listen to everything that adults what we listen to. They need to have diversity. My daughter's 12 years old, so yes, I'm doing her album because she has a lot that she needs to say that can relate to another kid that's 12 and 13 and 14. Yes, I do. I definitely give back in the community. I work a lot with the kids. You know, during that time, like my daughter's 12, so in that 12-year span, I was actually active with her in the schools and everything, and I even went into schools as far as even working in the schools with the kids and trying to give them the music because a lot of the programs were cut. So I gave back to them by, you know, teaching dance and doing the shows and things like that because I have dance experience. I went to Alvin Ailey Dance Theater Harlem, so I got the dancing in me, so I was able to give it to them. That was my way of giving back. I can't give them the money, but I can give them the money.
How do you feel about your project that you're about to release?
I'm excited. I'm real excited because it's me. I'm not locked into I have to do it the way they want me to do it. I don't have a label dictating to me how the music should sound. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do it the way I feel it, and my music is going to relate to, you know, the age demographic across the spectrum. Okay. I'm bridging, I'm bridging, you know, the old school with the new school flavor, and we're just gonna have some fun with it.
I definitely think that's what we need.
Y'all ready?
That's what we need. I think the industry forgot about
that. Music and the performance was great, and we look forward to your new project. And we definitely want to thank you for coming out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think I gotta work the beautiful Spinderella out. The original Spinderella. Let's go, baby.
And next, you guys remember the performance from earlier, Mikey Jay. He's also a producer, Grammy winner, and he's definitely next on the show. Welcome, Mikey Jay.
Mikey Jay, y'all. Clap it up, baby.
Gotta make a grand entrance.
So what do y'all think about that performance? Was that a good performance? So obviously you guys seen that side of him as an artist and as far as a lyricist. He definitely have another side to him that I think we want to share with everybody as far as you being a producer.
Yeah.
You know, how long have you actually been producing, and what tracks and songs have you worked with?
Well, I've been producing since I was 16. My first machine was in a Lexus SR16. I produced Nicole Ray, Jason Fox, Bone Crusher, Q from Day 26. I mean, you name it. I worked with over 150 artists.
Got a lineup behind you.
Yeah.
Resume is long.
And I actually produced a lot of records that people are like, wow, that's what's up. Even Sting, I did a song called Desert Rose with him in the orchestra. So.
Can I ask you a question? What makes you different from every other artist?
I knew that was going.
No, we had to ask that question.
I'm back there thinking, okay. You know, what differentiates me from everyone else, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows, oh, this artist said they're different, but I just be me. I can only write what I've been through, write what I know. I can only do my videos according to my life, which is, if you see my video and there's a Benz in the video, it's my Benz. I can't rent nothing, I can't borrow, beg or steal nothing. The music that I do is strictly for the ladies. Love Jones.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yo, we need that. We need that right now.
You know, I can't write about a relationship I never been in. I can't write about a relationship I never, you know, not had. I write about a previous relationship, a past relationship, or even a future relationship, or what I would like. You know, a lot of artists, they write nowadays and they just write a bunch of mumbo jumbo just to sell a record. I'm not here to sell a record, I'm here to sell a story, here to sell a life.
That's what hip hop's about.
Yeah, because people go through stuff. They might be, everyone can relate to something in your music if you being real with it.
Right, exactly.
So basically, you're making music that everybody can relate to.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody that's real.
Yeah, even the Mikey Jay record, if you know, it's about my lifestyle, you know. So.
Okay, definitely. Now, with also being a producer as well as a lyricist, like, what point in time did you come across in your career and feel like you wanted to make a transition to really? Now, are you still doing both? Are you dipping into having both fields, or?
I've been a lyricist since I was 12. My cousin is Diamond D, digging in the crates. You know, Terror Squad. That's my fam. That's my brethren. And I was writing since I was like 11, 12 years old. I've been performing since I was 9. You know.
So you've been doing both,
the
producer side as well as the artist side.
Yeah. At 9, I was rapping other people's songs. Like, so at 12,
what can you say was your most memorable performance? Or where was your most memorable performance?
The Funk Fest car show. I don't know. Wait a minute.
Gotta be.
Yeah, I think it was my bedroom last night when I had the mic in front of the mirror like that. You know what? I think my meet and greet this Saturday just passed. That was real fun. I was very sick and I still did the performance. You know.
Some people would have just canceled on their show.
I know. Vanna was there.
Yeah, that definitely, I was about to say, that definitely was a different experience as far as, you know, birthday event as well with the meet and greet, but also speaking on yourself and also giving shine to other people who's put the work in when that's behind your team as far as your project.
You have to show love. I mean, there's no I in team.
Yes,
you know, and my Lord and Savior is always first and foremost, and God, you know. So my team, God, Jesus Christ, you should have saw it Saturday too. Lord have mercy.
Anyway, but let's also speak on far as do you represent any type of charities? Do you give back into the community?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Today I met with Captain Williams at the 2A precinct, and I'm gonna be doing the Stop the Violence. What do you call it? Department of Education tour.
Okay.
For all. As far as my charities, I give to homeless shelters, food banks, as well as AIDS and cancer.
Nice.
You know, going to them hospitals and stuff like that. That's
I know that has to be a lot.
Especially when I'm dealing with kids, Children's Aid Society, and all that. So
what made you want to donate to charities?
Why not? Can't take it to heaven. Every accolade I have, every Grammy nomination I have, everything I have, I know it's only earthbound. So why not turn over whatever finances I can take with me? You know, give them somebody that can utilize it for the benefit of them.
Absolutely, and I definitely think that's the key factor dealing with artists, or no matter what aspect of what you're doing, as far as always being able to give back somehow to others, whether it's kids, whether it's just helping a hand in some type of aspect, and that's how you get blessed. Some people do have certain blessings, but it don't last, and it gets to a point where you're wondering, why is this not working out for me? What's going on? And it's because you can't reach out. You don't help others. You're always just, you know, concerned and based on you, as far as what you have to do and what you need to do, and what, you know, for yourself. And if you're more in tune with other people, and your blessings will, I think, will definitely come a lot better. So I definitely think that's something great that you're doing as far as giving back to the kids and any aspect of charity.
And it's funny that you mentioned the kids. I just did 2 toy drives this Christmas. One for the 46th precinct in the Bronx, one for Transit District 12 in the Bronx. And, you know, I judged Freestyle Fridays about 3 or 4 times. 106 and Park.
106 and Park?
Yeah. So every time I go down there, I'm judging. Remember, it's a charitable thing because you're not getting paid to be there.
Right.
But a lot of the kids there are in need. A lot of them teenagers are in real need. They approach me after the show while everybody else is leaving, don't want to touch them and don't want to be bothered. I'm not Hollywood, I'm approachable. And I'm sitting there talking to these kids, man, I'm going through this, going through that. I stay there an extra hour or two, and just converse with them. So I'm about the kids, baby.
So what other movements do you have currently going on right now?
I got my dude Tony Dixon. We about to work on his project. My dude Pope. I'm working on the King Dog soundtrack. That's a Warner Brothers Pictures as well as Pan Entertainment with Curtis Nichols, starring on Danny Glover, Ruby D, and a whole list of another A-cast. Super Swag with Mike Epps and Lauren London. I'm producing the soundtracks as well as the tours as well. Super Swag, King Dog is Warner Brothers. We got New Jack City 2, and we also have House Party 5. So I'm doing that as well with the original cast and some new members. And my album drops in March. The single drops February 7th, Love Jones.
Tell them everything.
Trying my best.
So you got some heat coming out of you.
3 tours coming up, one in February. I'm doing the whole California area. But the main 2 tours I'm also doing is the Love Jones tour with myself, Q from Day 26, Faith Evans, Genuine. Then we got the Mike Supremacy tour. Shout out to DMX. I love you, my dude. I got DMX. We got my dude Nano. We got a whole another tour. So any artists, Mikey Jay on Facebook and Mikey Jay Music on Twitter. Holla at me.
I'm into fashion and style, swag and all that, so I'm checking you out a little bit. But I'm really feeling that hat. That's real dope. Is that Swarovski crystals inside of it?
From what I understand, shout out to Mira of she did it. She's from Japan. And I think it's uncut crystals, correct? They're uncut crystals. And she gave it to me at my meet and greet. It's a $200 hat. And I got it for nothing.
I like that. Very nice. Well, definitely thanks to you, Mikey Jay, excuse me. And we're definitely going to look forward to your new projects and your new music and everything that you have going on. Y'all make sure y'all follow him and stay in tune. Any unsigned artists that might want to jump on the tour. And definitely stay tuned for Mikey Jay.
And you guys are great. You guys are really great.
Thank you.
This is 106 and Park material right here.
All right, well, definitely that was a great interview with Mikey Jay. Spinderella gave a wonderful performance and interview. We're going to go to a commercial break and we'll be back with the panel artists.
Welcome back. This is Realistic Linx, the networking talk show. Real love to welcome y'all back. We got a wonderful guest that's about to come out. I think my partner right here would love to introduce her.
Looch, that's all I need to say. Woman in the business.
How you doing, baby?
Yes, Looch is here. She is in the building with us.
Looch is in the building.
Well, definitely share a little light to the audience and let them know who you are. And we definitely know that you're in the music business. Let them know what aspect of it, of what you do, and what you have going on.
Sure, my name is Looch. Been in the business now for some years. I work with Little Kim as her assistant, Queen Pen, Yandy from Love and Hip Hop, Bella from Love and Hip Hop. And don't believe everything that you see. A lot of stuff is edited. So I'm on the road with them a lot, yes.
Definitely. So what's up with you? What's up with Looch? Definitely want to touch base on far as women in the business, as well as myself and the different things of aspects of what we go through, or just far as, just being a woman and the things that we have to come against within the industry. But how is it being a woman in the business?
Being a woman in the business, it really can be hard because you have our own kind that try to go against you, the haters. But then you have to be strong and look past the haters, and you can't let them stop your money because it's something in the game for everyone, and don't let no one stop your dream or your career. Being in this industry, you have to deal with the men because some men feel threatened by the women today because we're more empowered than they are a lot of times because like women as ourselves, we can walk into a building or walk into a meeting and just because of your pizzazz, you'll get far ahead. Don't take this the wrong way. But that's the way they look at it when you walk into the room before you can get the deal done. So you got to use what you have to your advantage, and don't let no one take that away from you, because we do have the advantage over men today in the music industry, into the movie industry. You got to use what you have, and ladies, I must say, it worked.
It sure does.
The difference is honestly, everyone uses someone. Everyone does, but don't misuse the people. That's the difference. And a lot of people take, oh, you're using me, and a negative. But it's not a negative, because a lot of people try to misuse, but don't misuse a person. Use them for what it's worth, because we can all capture on something and utilize it and go to higher levels. We're using each other now, but in a good way. But I'm not misusing you, and you're not misusing me. Because ladies today, they don't like to stick together.
Absolutely. Right now.
What could you say motivate you, or would I say who motivates you?
Money motivate me.
Oh.
Yeah, money motivates me, but in all honesty, just knowing that every day I can wake up and I can be a help to someone, that actually helps me. That motivates me as well. If I can help someone, that motivates me. So, I mean, it's a lot of different things. When I wake up in the morning, I'm always thinking of a different project or something different in the business that I can do to help someone, because you never know who you're going to help in this industry or who you're going to come across. So, I mean, just waking up, thinking about the dollar signs, thinking about my next project, because in this game here is no sleep. You're going to be up days for 24 hours, 48 hours.
We know all about that.
Yeah, so you're always going to be working. Mine is always going to be ticking. So, yeah, that's what motivates me.
That's what's up. Got a strong wonderful back on me right
here. So what are some things as far as yourself, as far as Looch-wise, that you actually want to, do for yourself, as far as not so much as just dealing with the artist, as far as their project? What's some things or some goals that you would like to accomplish as far as you?
Actually now I'm working into the looking into the acting part of it, modeling, doing like different postings. Yeah, opening up my own business. I want to write a book.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I definitely feel that. I feel everything that you're actually saying, and that also coming from a woman like myself in the business. Sometimes a lot of people say you're doing too much, or you're covering too many aspects. I feel like, first of all, in this industry, that you have to cover more than one ground. You know, one thing of the industry of what you do today, you might not get a check for that tomorrow. You need to do the next thing. And if you are multi-talented and you can accomplish more than one thing and you're capable of doing it, then you can do it all, and I can do it all. And definitely feel the empowerment. Definitely women is definitely taking over in certain aspects. And definitely got to be strong, and definitely got to hold your ground in whatever aspect it is. And I'm definitely into that and feeling everything that you've mentioned about that. So shout out to all the women that are definitely trying to accomplish certain business aspects, no matter what it is, whether it's modeling, whether it's corporate, whether it's you want to open up your own business, whether you want to, anything that you want to do, definitely go for it. Don't let nobody stop you.
Chase your dreams.
But definitely we want to thank you for coming out. Appreciate you taking your time from your busy schedule to join the Realistic Network and Talk Show. And we're definitely going to link up.
Okay, sure. And I thank you guys for having me here. And just know, if you ever need me, I'm there for you. You can follow me on Twitter at Looch, Looch, Gwinin, Gwinin. And if you need me for anything, just reach out to me. I'm here. I love to help people. I really do, so I'm here to help.
Thank you for tuning in for the interview for Looch. And we're definitely we're going to actually go on to the next guest. So we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back.
I'd like to introduce to y'all Ciroc Boy MitchBeatz from Connecticut. Got Ciroc Boy in the building. Good, baby.
Oh, you ain't bring us no bottle? No, get no complimentary?
No, we got a drink too, bud.
I got some in the trunk.
Alright, sharing is caring.
Bring some for the show. I got some for you.
I didn't know what the situation was, so I got some in the trunk. Afterwards, we get it popping.
Definitely. So, we would like to know a lot about you today. Can you tell us a little about what you do?
Alright, cool. I go by this MitchBeatz, Ciroc Boy CT. I can tell you about how I got the name Ciroc Boy CT afterwards, but I started.
We want to know about Mitch.
Yeah, we want to know about Mitch right now.
Pretty much everyone call me jack of all trades. I do a lot of things from managing, event planning, and as well as promoting, and also a casting director, model casting director. I work with a lot of directors in the industry as far as modeling. Work with club owners, promoters, as far as casting girls for hosting parties and different things, different venues.
So what motivated you to pursue these traits?
Motivation is pretty much success and going further and further in this venture, and what everybody do what they do for money. So money motivates a lot of things, and you work hard for the money. So
absolutely.
I agree.
And definitely, far as MitchBeatz is concerned, besides the management and the aspect of business of what do you do, but what do you do? What inspires you, or what's your talents personally? Do you produce or something?
Yeah, well, actually, a lot of people, I'm not sure if anybody could.
Is that where the beats come from? The MitchBeatz?
Actually, this all people ask me, where you get the MitchBeatz from? Is it because of Swiss Beats? And I get a lot of like, oh, you look like Swiss Beats, this and that, whatever. But it actually started in high school. I was producing. We had like a little rap group in high school, and I was always produced doing beatboxing, stuff like that, doing beatboxing competition. And that's when Rough Riders came out, Swiss Beats, and then people was like, oh man, you look like Swiss, and everybody just called me MitchBeatz, and it just kind of stuck with me. I've been producing, done a lot of things with compilation albums, working with a few artists, local, from the city area, Jersey, Miami, and as well as Connecticut. So I do the music as well in the background, but what's been really working for me is really my event planning, working with the models, and now as far as the events that I do in the Connecticut, New York area, sponsored by Ciroc, and that's why I got the Ciroc Boy CT. So.
Nice, and I definitely want to shed some light on that.
Yeah.
And Looch, actually, if you guys are paying attention, the guest before Ciroc Boy, she definitely mentioned far as us how we use people, but we don't misuse people.
Exactly.
So I definitely want to make the notice about far as you using Ciroc as an event planner and basically making that work for the things that you do.
Exactly.
A lot of times, certain people get blessed with opportunities in certain situations and don't know how to implement it into what you're doing. Versus running around just to say, okay, I can pop some bottles and drink Ciroc, put it to use, to good use, to make a business for yourself, or to turn it into something. That's definitely dope, and that was smart. It was a smart move.
I guess, and I did hear the guests earlier. Pretty much in this business and industry, sometimes people say they're using somebody else to get somewhere or something like that, but actually everybody's working together and kind of get to the same place. I might have something that you don't have, and you may have something I don't have, so we kind of like just exchange, like a trade. Exchange that, whatever it is, that good or that service.
Barter system.
Exactly, and pretty much, try to bring things together and build from there. So, that's a great opportunity. I got blessed with it. As far as comparing New York and Connecticut, my base, as far as my business base is based out of Connecticut, and just, actually getting people to even see the light that, like, wow, this guy does good events. He brings people out, and he has a following, and Ciroc wants to work with him, so it's a blessing.
So, besides that, I see you everywhere. So, what artists have you worked with so far?
Worked with a lot of artists as far as more in the modeling aspect, where models that I work with. I have actually a team called MitchBeatz Models. I manage about 12 to 20 girls that I work with, and pretty much I work with directors from far and near. Name a few: Mills Miller, Mega, Mills Miller, person I work with a lot. He's definitely a rising director, definitely doing his thing. I've worked from people from French Montana, Red Cafe. Just last week we did something with Ron Browse, his video Flexible is out. Actually, my models, one of the main models on the video, China, MBM, you know, hit World Star last week, 106 & Park next week. So, you know, it's pretty much working. You know, I've worked with almost everybody, but would like to definitely just kind of build, you know, the names out there, people recognizing as far as my models and their faces, and it's been working.
Definitely, the brand is out there. You put it on for Connecticut.
Say
Tell you
trying
that.
Definitely. So of course you're definitely trying to expand.
Yep.
CT is your base, but you definitely want to expand on different areas.
Exactly.
What you're doing in every aspect.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to wish you best of luck to
Thank
that.
you.
We definitely want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And
Thank you.
definitely, hopefully, we get it going with some. Maybe we plan an after party or something for Realistic Linx. So.
If I don't do anything tonight, Live V, you got 2 Chainz tonight.
So you're supposed to take on a move like that. What's next? So definitely thank you for coming out, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And definitely keep the audience up on what
My Twitter is at MitchBeatz, at MITCHBEATZ. Booking models, actually seeing what I do. I have a website called MitchBeatz, MGMT, which means MitchBeatzManagement.com. Check that out, check them out with models for booking, things like that, events, parties, videos, photo shoots. Definitely set it up like that.
So y'all check that out, and thank you, Ms. Beach, for coming out.
Thank you.
We're gonna go to commercial break. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll be back with your panel host for a panel discussion.
Welcome back. This is Realistic Linx, the networking talk show.
Definitely, we're your host, Ms.VannaKay, and we definitely have all the guests on the panel right now. We want to thank you guys for coming out. Right now, we want to touch the subject of entrepreneurship, the music industry, going green, just everything on the life aspect, far as taking it to the next level. Where do we see ourselves in 5 years? And I just want to ask, you know, each one of the panels, everyone on the panel, to basically touch that aspect of far as what do you think are different aspects that you would like to change, or you feel like you can't change, or that needs to be changed within this industry, or that this world that we pretty much live in. We can start with Christian. Christian, how do you feel on anything that I definitely just mentioned, far as aspects of the industry and different things that needs to be done, or some type of change that you feel like that we need or that's needed?
A lot of changes, I would say. I think the African American products, or the African, I would say, is a big consumer and consumer of other products, and we're not getting that chance to even get a percentage of that money, like I say, and everything we're doing don't look to be good, but it is utilized other form, like example, people talk about fashion, and when you look in fashion, colors was something that was very important. People put black for winter, and before you really didn't see that much people use colors during winter time, and then it came out here. Of course, a lot of people say, oh, it came out from Africa or come out from the Caribbean, but then we didn't get any commission on it. We really didn't get nothing. But when other, I could say, I'm not saying other race, but I would say other type of consumer is using it, then we become the biggest consumers. Like, again, like Ralph Lauren. Where does Ralph Lauren make most of his money?
Audience, we definitely could participate in any aspect.
We would like to get a couple of questions from y'all.
You know, I think.
My money.
Well, that's all right. You definitely don't have to repeat off of it. We definitely, I guess you can learn as we're speaking on it, so that's not a problem. But feel free to, if you have something to add, far as one of the panelists that's speaking on the topic, feel more than welcome.
Like, you know, so like on an aspect of fashion and music, I always think that, you know, I'm not saying that we're not going to that step. We do go to that step, but it is a little more to do to support, and the fact to support a little bit our product, support our community a little bit, you know? I mean, even in real estate, like, I mean, a lot of people call what the group of the building, they call it project. I didn't know what a project is. Is it because black people live in this complex? That's why they call it project? And when white people move in, how do they call it? How do they call it?
Co-op.
Co-op.
Well, can I expand a little bit on the project thing? And the Ralph Lauren too, because I have some Ralph Lauren boots. Okay, and
wait, I think you need a mic, baby.
Well, I can expand on the Ralph Lauren thing. Yeah, like Ralph Lauren boots. You're so true. I see a lot of kids in the urban neighborhoods. They're buying the Ralph Lauren boots and everything, and the urban community does not get credit for being the most supporters, the biggest supporters buying their product. Yes, I agree with that. And on the others, and the other thing with the project. From my understanding of the project, because I thought the same thing. I thought it was a project which was explained to me. It was a project for minorities, okay, to see how they could live, on top of each other like that. But then I learned that the projects was actually, it was a project for the people that were in the service and during the wars, and it was for them to live there, during the wartime. And then it was supposed to have been totally, taken away, like wiped out after that. It was just specifically for them. And then when they saw that it was good, because you had, other races that were coming in to it. I don't want to say which race it was because I don't want no beef. So they came in and they moved in, and then after, after they moved in and a lot of them passed on, then the African Americans started coming into the projects, and then after you had the Latin community, the Latinos were coming in. So it really wasn't specifically made for us. That's whatever.
That's your
So let's get to your thoughts. What would you like to see change today in today's society?
Well, as far as like the music, well, you already know. I want more music. I want more diversity. Yes, I do. Yes, I want a lot of diversity. Yeah, we have it. I mean, we have it because there's so many, races that are intertwined now. You have the black Puerto Ricans. You have black Cubans. And, everybody's all mixed up. So there's a lot of music, and the music is coming. The flavors is there, so give it to me like Baskin and Robbins. I want the flavors. I want to hear it. I want to hear it all. Because the creativity is there, and I'm hoping that with the big six not being so prevalent anymore, we don't really need the majors anymore. You have a lot of independents, and people are trying to put their music out themselves. That's why I want to see a lot, because now there's no excuse. Why you cannot come out and do your own thing, have your own style and everything. And we as a people, and entertainers, we have to support each other too. That's the big thing, because we don't support our own.
Ms.VannaKay, there's some light on.
I'm gonna pass the mic.
As far as the topic, pretty much as far as the industry, going green, what I've realized and what I've seen, especially with the industry, the labels, artists, things like that. What I've noticed, and I see a trend, and that's going to actually keep on going, where nowadays, things like CDs, things like albums are going to be obsolete. I'm working with a few artists, and pretty much as far as the going green part, a lot of people are putting their mixtapes and promoting their stuff, and they're doing what's called download cards. So nowadays, people are not, but these materials, these CDs and things like that, cutting trees and whatever, whatever materials made. A lot of materials are recycled, a lot of them are not recycled. But I've noticed that CDs, mixtapes, things like that are being obsolete. Now people are going online, going that green, online, downloading mixtape, a download card where people are not, I've been to many events, many shows, many release parties, mixtape release parties, album release parties where people pass the CDs and they just toss it around and just throw it away. Where now people are getting smart, just give you a download card, give you a link, give you something, go check my music out, download it, And it's that's where I think as far as the industry is going green on that aspect.
We have a question.
How does the artist eat? If that's the case.
Well, as far as same concept. You know, if you're selling a CD, you could go somebody on iTunes, #1 selling like venue or venture for artists. You could buy the album for $9.99 and it's green, and you get it right on your computer instead of going through that extra process of giving somebody a CD, this, that, what. Even though it's what they called what's the word I'm looking for? But it's the satisfaction is right there, guaranteed right there. Where I give you a CD and you have it in your hand and you're holding it. But in the industry nowadays, you know, people it's irrelevant anymore. It's like people just take the CD, they might play it, they might not. If somebody really wants your project, really wants your music, you're gonna go download it. You're gonna pay that $9.99 and download it.
I think we have another question
Can I
right
say
here.
something as far as that is concerned? Okay, we go on digital, right? We're in a digital world. Everything is computers. We really don't control these computers. If they decide they want to just shut the computers down, we're in trouble. Okay, because we put our whole life into this computer. We're downloading everything. So if you don't have it, and then another thing, when everything is going digital, it loses the quality. You don't have the same quality as you have on wax. Because somebody asked me, do you want to sell your wax? And I said no, and I have tons of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not going to give it up, because those songs original, you can't get them anymore. You have this processed sound. It doesn't sound the same, and you're giving the control to someone else. So if just to say, okay, as a DJ, I have access to me, all of my songs, everything. And then if I go totally digital and just depend on that, and if they decide to shut it down, I'm like, I'm lost.
Where's the music?
I'm lost. Exactly. Where's the music? So I want to have that control. So I think that we should still have it. Don't let it go. DJs out there, don't let it go.
And I don't know if anyone was paying attention last week, the government is about 99.5% away from shutting down selling anything on the internet. They're trying to pass a legislation right now to shut down a lot of selling over the internet, stores, you name it. So the CDs are not obsolete to me, because what I do, my own promotional team, is pick and be very selective who you give product to.
Definitely.
Because people will toss it, just like the gentleman over here said. So what I do is I might press up 1,000 CDs. You know, is it expensive? Yes, it is, because I use digital thermal print. And that is very expensive. You don't want anyone tossing your hard-earned money to the side. So what I do is I tell my street team, listen, pick and choose who would you give the product to. Talk to them, let them get to know the music. Give them if they got 5 minutes to spare, kick it with them. And then give them the CD if they accept it. Don't just randomly go out there, here. No. So I train my team very well. So CDs are still there because some people don't have the technology to go home and download the music.
Right.
So
keep all your stuff for backup.
Yeah.
So what do you think needs to be changed in today's society?
What do I think in regards to music? Or just society, period?
Society.
I think our attitudes need to change for once. We walk around as if... You know, a lot of us walk around without no knowledge, wisdom, and understanding whatsoever of what's going on around us. We have to, wake up. We have to utilize our third mind, which is our mind. Our third eye, which is our mind. You have to watch C-SPAN and all these, BCC. These are the truthful stations. Whatever America's going to feed you, they're going to feed you. You want the truth? It's out there. It's on the internet. They're going to try to shut it down, but you can go back doors and find it. So you want to change, you got to change you. It starts within yourself. We can't keep being judgmental towards other people. We have to be our brother's keeper. We can't, we can't say, well, that's my sister right here, from another mother. But when she's gone, we treat her like she's the worst thing since hog-head cheese. And in regards to that, when you go to church, accept the people coming to church the way they look. Every house is God's house. Who cares how they come?
Very good speech, Mikey Jay. And to piggyback off what he just said, And I was just sitting here thinking, we have to take it back to the old school. And that's why the world today is so corrupt and so messed up, because people believe a lie before they believe the truth. Everybody's opened up a church today. If you don't know the word for yourself, a preacher can get up there and preach anything to you they want to. I'm not saying that I can't judge anyone, because that's in the Bible. But what I am saying is that if you don't know the word for yourself, you're lost. Anyone can get up there and hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, and put their hands on you. Everyone's not putting their hands on me. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen, because there's a lot of spirits out there today. A lot of spirits. And we lost touch with our families. You don't have families today that sit down and eat together, that pray together. It's lost. They don't do that anymore. And that's why you see so many children today that are in the world, they're in the games, and they're looking for unity and love. This blood and this crip thing, if that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But with that, they're looking for love. That's why they go to these brothers and go to the Damuettes and the Bloods, and they salute each other, because guess what? They're showing love. But if we have the parents that don't want to run the streets and sit down at the table with their children and show them how to do their homework, the children will not be lost today. So that's where we're missing out on what needs to be changed. And even with the music industry is out there to make money. People take this as real life. They go on Twitter, they Twitter banging out, they Twitter beefing, and like I like T.I.'s show because he's showing a different concept of family, and I really love that about it. We can appreciate that. So a lot of that love is really missing, and that's why you have so many people today walking around with an attitude. They mad at each other, or they can't say how you doing. People don't say hi anymore. They looking at you with screw face. But you know what? We got to just pray for these people and just pray that those spirits don't get on us, and let's make this world the way it used to be when our grandmothers and stuff was coming up. Because we got to come in.
And just real quick to touch on what Looch just said. Listen, this is real. This is a pioneer right here. I just met Ferrari, you know, and everyone else except for Looch. My manager is sitting here, Christian Ruart. Looch is on my team. Right? I'm gonna keep it 100. I am in the industry. The industry is not in me. Meaning, I'm not jaded. And a lot of us in this business become jaded. We forget who we are. We let the money control us, let it run us. Please, if you're gonna come into this business, come in the way you were and leave the same way.
Okay, go ahead, ladies first. Go ahead.
All right, is it on, right?
Yeah, baby.
It's on. All right, basically, like wrapping up to what Looch was saying, I think change starts from within, and it all starts from when we're a child growing up into an adult, as myself. And within this music industry, I think we're all jaded as to think one way, whereas when you're actually like a part of it, you see that what you see on TV is not realistic to real life. So, I mean, if I was given the opportunity, or if I had, you know, help or resources from artists or anyone that was in the industry, I would love to at least like open up like maybe like an outreach center or a center that can help empower young inner city children as far as self-esteem, as far as them believing in themselves, as far as them like not being jaded as to what you see on TV, that's not really what it is. Like life is much more serious and more severe basis what you see on TV. And me as myself, I mean, I remember like I even told Spin, like I grew up like watching her and like listening to her and like enjoying her music. And it's like, I mean, being that, you know, as me saying that, you would think that, you know, her whole attitude would be different or personality, and she's like one of us, just in the back, humble, we're bugging out, we're talking, we're fixing each other makeup. So I say that to say, like, if I was given a chance, I would like to start the change with the kids from young, so that once they're an adult, they can know the difference between right or wrong, know what's real from what's fake.
Right.
Well, I listen to everybody. Everybody had really great points. And as to the original question, a lot of our youth, where things start at, are failed. You know, sometimes when God puts a father in your life, is to teach you how to be a better man than he was. But you don't become a better man because he fails you, and it happens with women too. And as life goes on, this thing that's been going on forever, people don't teach their kids about, and sometimes they don't teach you in school about it. Have anyone ever heard of shift change? See, shift change is what's been going on in the music industry. It happens in the film industry. It happens in life. It happened in common life before it happened in the music industry. You know, you used to have to carry a 2-inch reel to the studio. Now you just take a piece of flash drive like this and your whole album's on it. And the thing is, the government might say they're going to shut down things on the internet. But it's just like them saying they don't want to legalize alcohol. It's to throw you off. Because a lot of them don't want to teach you about shift change, but that's part of shift change. That's how the industry gets green. That's how the film business, which I'm in, gets green. Because once you don't have to develop film and do all that stuff, that's green. Now I can go out and take a red Scarlet and shoot you a whole action movie. So I've saved money, I've saved pollution, I've saved a lot of stuff. So we don't teach the children. You know, when I first learned film, I was in a dark room. Now I can pick up a digital camera and I can be better than anybody else because it's just push. And I'm a pro. I don't have to have any talent per se or work at anything to be better than I am. If you watch football, there's even shift change in sports. Don't hit the quarterback. Playing football. So there's shift change in music. And the shift change in music actually started affecting music because black people were making a lot of money in music. So shift change in music is to aid the bootlegging in it. Shift change in film is to aid the bootlegging in it. If you don't have your own particular editing space or your own particular studio, you cannot stop your material from getting bootlegged because you don't control it. Just like Twitter, with a push of a button, you could have 3 million fans. You can send music to 3 million people. Same thing with a film. So we have to teach our youth about shift change. Because if your son and your daughter's going to school now, and they say, well, when I graduate, this is what I want to be. In 3 years, that job won't exist. When your child says, okay, when I get to high school, I want to go to the supermarket and get me a cashier's job to have some money. Guess what? In 3 years, they're not hiring cashiers. They're hiring a little computer geek that knows how to fix the checkout thing that goes doop. Flash your Pathmark card, doop, doop. And if he don't know how to operate that, excuse my language, he's ass out. She's ass out. So we have to teach our children about shift change. We have to teach the youth about shift change. And then on top of that, we have to teach them how to be men and women. Because a lot of times we run into them in the household they come from. It could be a father there, but maybe his father failed him. So if his father failed him, he's going to fail you. You know, we have to be able to respect one another and our roles as men and women. You know, it doesn't matter who makes the money. Because understand this. If you know about history and you read the Willie Lynch letters, you would know that we are a victim of his beliefs. If you go into a job setting and I'm there 5 years and I'm supposed to be the supervisor, they know I'm born with an ego. It's been since slavery that I need to be. So what does he do? He says, yeah, you're smart. We know you can have this job. But we get this job, we can't control you. But see that chick? She's probably not qualified for the job, but she's smart enough to do it. And because we're going to make her feel empowered, we're going to cause the division between them. Because you're not going to help her be a better boss. And she's going to get an attitude and she's going to shit on you. So by the time her probation's up, we're gonna get rid of her, but we got so many write-ups on your ass, we don't need you. And that comes because this guy who was one of the greatest slave owners wrote a letter over 300,000 years ago, and he said, this is how you divide the slaves. And it will exist forever, and it still exists. It exists in us as black people. No one else. You go in a Spanish neighborhood and smack one of them, they all cousins, they will whip yo. You go into a black neighborhood and hit somebody, we get popcorn. Ain't got nothing to do with me. That's the wrong attitude to have. And that's how come the kid up the block that you didn't help out because you felt he was a bad kid. He wasn't a bad kid, he was just misguided. But since you didn't decide to help him, when you go back to bury your grandmother because he robbed her and killed her. Because you decided to turn your back on him. But after saying all that, it still comes back to my original statement. It's shift change. And it's been going on from the beginning of time. And you can't stop shift change because guess what? You didn't design it.
So, do you think that technology one day, do you think that the artists in the music industry would make that shift change to more so productivity inside of merchandising, refineries, and manufacturing in reference to the technology that we use today?
This is what I'm going to say. They're going to have to. Because if they don't, they'll be broke. You used to sign at the label and go on tour and make all the money in the world. Now you sign at a label, it's a 360 deal. They want part of everything you're getting. You know why? The smartest rapper that ever hit the game, Curtis Jackson, made it change. He created a shift change in that. They say, oh, you're going to sign you hot. But when you go on tour in Europe, we get half. He don't give half for nothing. He's an entrepreneur. And you have to be an entrepreneur in this business. And if you're a rapper, you have to look outside the box. You got to say, this is what I love. And the way to make music and the way to make money by this is this. But the key is for me to become so noticeable and so marketable that I can go put my name on a box of Cheerios and sell it, just like a basketball player puts his name on a pair of Nikes. And if you don't do that as an artist, then you're missing the shift change. So that means you might as well stay in your house and make some music and just give it away. Because you still gonna have to know how to download your own stuff to the computer. You still gonna have to, you gotta damn near know how to build your own website now because you can't even trust people to build your website. So you're gonna have to be able to know how to do these things in order to survive as an artist, especially a music artist. Because music is not what it used to be. People still make money off of it, but not the people making the music. The people that utilize the music. They only listen to the radio because they want to hear your music. And radio only makes money because your music is there. They teach you that in college if you go to if you take communications. So when they go out and they rock and they playing your music and it's the hottest thing since sliced bread, they can go out to Bachman Cheese Snaps and say, okay, this spot gonna cost you $500,000. Now your music just made them money. So that's why it's important for artists to learn shift change and for us to teach the youth and everybody else about shift change, because the world is going to keep changing and it's going to keep changing and it's going to keep changing. If we don't educate them, we will be slaves again.
And just to touch on what Jesse said, you know, I myself, yeah, I'm an artist, I'm a producer. But if you live and think as an artist, that's all you will ever be. You have to start thinking as a business. You are a walking, talking business. You have to treat yourself as a business because that's what they're treating you as. I'm signed to EMI, same label as Katy Perry. I did not wait for them to put money into my budget. I took my money and I put it into my budget and my own tour last year. And I merchandised, I got my CDs, I got my trucks done up, and it is what it is. I'm going to Sony in 2-3 weeks. Same situation. I wait for a marketing budget. I never waited for my mother to come home from work, cook my eggs. So do not think as an artist, think as a businessman and businesswoman, because that's what you are.
one thing, as far as in that, especially in that aspect, as far as investing in yourself, no matter what aspect it is. Don't wait for nobody. Don't wait for your parents. You don't wait for a record label. You don't wait for anybody in any aspect. If you get that help and you get that advancement or you get that investment, then great. That's only gonna, you know, proceed the progress faster and better. But there's nothing wrong with taking the time out to invest in yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's what you want and what you want to do. And I learned too that as far as I think experience is everything in any aspect of what you're doing, as far as whether it's the industry. Not to say that school isn't a good route, but at the end of the day, it's people that's coming out of college and that's sitting on degrees. And they don't learn everything. You in class, you going to school for all these hours, but you're not making any money. You're still working at the mall. And just off of experience, and you putting yourself in a situation that you can experience everything that you need. Even while we have this internet, you get on the internet all day and learn every aspect of what you need to learn to be able to do what you need to do and invest in yourself to do it. So then now they're looking at you to say, okay, you have your setup, you have everything. Now that's a little bit more of a better, you know, formation as far as you giving it to me and me waiting on you to guide my path when I'm gonna set up my own path. And this is what it is, and this is what I'm coming with and I'm rocking with, and you're gonna have to pretty much deal with it. You're gonna want to invest in me, and I think that we all should have that attitude and basically gain as much experience we can in each level of aspect of internet, or far as going to intern, going to take up 5 jobs, and you know, whatever it is to basically gain experience to do what you need to do. And that's pretty much an aspect of something that I do. I'm also a hairstylist. I've been doing hair for 10 years, as well as hosting, writing, singing. I mean, at the end of the day, most of where I've gotten to, as far as the connections, as far as any type of aspect of where I'm at, is off of experience. I graduated from high school. I went to cosmetology school, and everything been experienced ever since. Not to say, you know, and I don't knock anybody who go to college and go to school, but I didn't go to college. And I'm not to say, and you know, I hate to put in that aspect to say that school is not good, but like I said, people have degrees and they're not doing anything. And I took my experience and my knowledge of me wanting what I want for myself and knowing where I want to be to get as much experience as I could to basically get to where I need
to be. You know, rest in peace to Bill Gates, but he did 1 semester in college. Bill Cosby has a GED. So everyone that went to college.
No.
Everyone that
Temple University.
Who?
Bill Cosby, Temple University.
Well, yeah, just recently. I mean, he has a GED though. I'm just saying he has a GED.
But he graduated from Temple University.
Yeah, then he went to Temple.
Yeah.
And not everybody that goes to college. Nah.
See what he did to Russell.
But just to touch on what Jesse said in regards to a 360 deal, you know, stay away from those. If you gotta hustle and grind and stay independent, stay independent. They have digital deals set up for you guys. It will cost, but it's worth it. Like Vanna said, listen, work 5 jobs, get the deal, and do what you gotta do. You know.
You know what? Let me see. And just to piggyback, sorry for trying to take your mic.
Nah, sorry.
But see, I usually charge for this information, but I'm gonna give it away for free today.
Thank you.
But no, you know what? It's really about branding yourself in this industry. A lot of artists do not brand themselves, and that's why they're lost. That's why they don't have anything to account for now. It's about branding. Brand. Once you brand yourself, you can go further. You'll be successful. Don't let no one tell you that you're not supposed to brand yourself. Brand yourself and you can make the money.
And you're never too old.
I'm about to wrap it up for this session, but before I do, I want to let y'all know what I think going green is. And what I think going green is, I would basically say, is a person that leads by example. I would basically say lead by example, not by what you do, but how you do it. Because anybody could do something, but it takes a person to put together a group of people like what we have here right now, and come together as one and actually make it happen. Like, I came from the hood with nothing, and I'm standing here today with everybody, and proud that I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah!
I'm proud.
The Realistic Linx Network talk show is basically about our everyday grind. what we do, the people that we come across, our network, our paths of every aspect, as far as the industry-wise, as far as behind the scenes, as far as corporate, and not just on the glitz and the glamour and of industry, but also as far as what they doing, things that we need to do and how we need to build ourselves, and things that we, you know, people, certain aspects, I don't want to say a particular race, but they have trust funds. They have things set up so when they have kids and they have situations that they have a line and a guide path to say, okay, here you go. Sometimes majority of us, of how we're raised or the family that we come out of, we don't have that. So at the end of the day, you should always focus on, I feel, and that's what we're focusing on, as far as how to better brand ourselves in every aspect, so that when we do have kids, if you don't have kids, or to set up for the people in our families to basically have great situations, so that it makes it a little bit easier on us. So we're going to use whatever system that it is to basically make sure that our family and our situations are better and more powerful. And at the end of the day, that's what the Realistic Linx talk show is about. The network, our paths, the people that we bring onto the show, what they have going on, how we pretty much come together as one and make a better situation in different situations.
Well, that's our show for today. I'm your host, Russell Gustave.
VannaKay, and thanks for tuning in to the Realistic Linx talk show. Oh, you know, I didn't even hit Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Realistic Linx. Follow me, Ms.VannaKay Russell Gustave, and we're going to end the show with a performance. Thanks for everybody from coming out. Make sure you tune in. And this has only been the soft launch live. We did this live. We didn't do no rehearsal. And it's basically as real as it gets, from the conversations to what you see here today. And it's only going to get realer, and it's only going to get better, and we got a whole lot in store for everybody. So thanks for coming out. Thanks for tuning in. And we're going to end the show with Mikey Jay.
Just believe in change, everybody. We unite as one. We're going to grow as a team, feel me?
Well, before we do that, you know, he wanted to touch on entrepreneurship real quick. Me as an artist, I do have investments. She's an entrepreneur as well, and so is Jessie. All you artists, take whatever money you get, invest it. I have 3 different investments, and I'm happy I did them. Because God, you're not promised tomorrow. And so is Looch, so is Jess, so is you guys with the show, Christian, you know, Spinderella, of course with Ferrari, Mitch over there. So.
The whole panel.
Stop, please. Put God first, man.
That's right.
You guys are forward, can't change this.
Give him a little, you know what I mean?
Get him, Mike. Can you turn it up?
Mikey Jay!
Can we turn it up? Can we turn it up and let the music run? She wants me to land. I wonder which one of people came with the paper. See, I can't do that. You know how I am. Become a 9-to-5, who be grateful for nothing, man. I'm self-sufficient, babe. Entrepreneur type. Full of magic. That's all the change overnight. Walk the Bentley, curve the range. You bugging on the road, girl. You out of your brain. But see, I love you alone. I'll put that on my life. I know I done some things that of course you paid the price. But that was then, and this is now. Years have passed and we still didn't go to town. Never gave up, we never gave in. Even when I'm telling the truth, you think I'm lying for my friend. I keep some word, girl, that word is my bond. You were damn beginning before I go. Let's go.
Girl, you know I do for you.
Hey!
Hey!
Spinderella.
Hey!
But change, I won't do.
Hey!
Okay.
If you want the world, yeah. Come out on song, bring a group of chicks on the hotel floor. See, they get to know me when I hear them be I treat them like friends. They just want to bring my check. See, they buy my albums, they buy my CDs. They hate and take it out, they hate to come see me. Do my thing on stage, I get real lively. That's not like me. My best friend next to my skis. The whole damn package, I give you what you need. A ring on your finger, a tat on my back. To show my love for you, I want you to know about that. You all the ladies did. Stop doing what I'm doing and see the naked beats. I'm sorry, baby girl. Well, this is how we need. Going up and like hustling in the streets. All they can do is down no bull that sleeps. I don't need that time to keep that grief. Listen up, girl. You can't change me.
Oh, Hey. What change I won't do. Okay. What change I won't do. If you want the world, I give it to you.
I can't follow him on my drunk. I got the weakest bop in the city right now. My bop is mad with me.
I can't believe